Welcome to That's Good Sports. I'm Brandon. If you ever throw a beer in my face, even if you're a Patriots fan, I will thank you for the free alcohol Perna. Today, as usual, for every Friday on this channel, I'll be predicting every game in the NFL with the kind of accuracy only Nathan Peterman could compete with. I'm the Nathan Peterman, Ryan Leaf, and Jason Verrett of NFL Anchors all wrapped into one. So please, go ahead and trick YouTube into thinking this is a great football video and give it a thumbs up. Did you do it? This episode is sponsored by BetDSI.com, one of the best and most trusted sports books out there. Use my code GS100 and BetDSI will match your initial deposit up to $1,000. $1,000 matching money to gamble with on sports or even esports. You can bet on video games. Use my link in the description to get you there. And today I'll start with the Tennessee Titans at Los Angeles Chargers. LA 6.5 point favorites with an over-under of 45.5. It is currently being discussed whether or not Los Angeles is a viable home for the Chargers. That, combined with a lack of Titan fans outside of Tennessee, may mean that this game has the attendance numbers of a post-2017 Kevin Spacey movie. I'm not sure this game will make more money at the box office than his last movie, Billionaire Boys Club, which made just $126 on its first day. Who the fuck wants to watch a film or show about billionaires? Oh, that's right, Billions in Succession on HBO and Showtime are actually very good. I'm not sure why the NFL is worried about attendance. If Phil Rivers just invites his family, the stadium will be half full. I'm taking the Chargers though, because I think Melvin Ingram finally has a good game this season against a line that gave up 11 sacks last week. But I don't think the Chargers cover the spread. New England Patriots versus Chicago Bears. The Pats are 3-point favorites with an over-under of 49. Giving Bill Belichick back-to-back weeks to prepare for a second-year quarterback seems like an oversight by the NFL schedule makers. Mitch Trubisky has thrown 9 touchdowns in his last 2 games, which tells me he'll probably throw a matching 9 interceptions against the Patriots. When these two teams played in 2006, Tom Brady of all people juked Brian Urlacher. He juked him so hard, he even crossed up Urlacher's hairline. This week, I want to see Tom Brady try and top that performance and try to juke Khalil Mack. Please, Tom, keep running right at Khalil Mack. Tom, I don't care how many times it takes to work. If you believe it, you can juke Khalil Mack. Look, if Tom Brady's juke could basically turn Brian Urlacher into comedian Kevin James, what would he do to Khalil Mack? Does that mean Khalil Mack could turn into Bernie Mac? I would give anything to get comedian Bernie Mac back. And I would give anything to see the Bears beat the shit out of the Patriots. Bears win! Cleveland Brown versus Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The Bucs are favored by 4 with an over-under of 50.5. Between all of the brown, orange, red, and pewter in this game, the Browns' Bucs has the potential to melt my face off like that Nazi from Indiana Jones. It really is the battle of the colors you do not want to see in your stool. Trust me, brown and red equals a lot of probes to figure out you're drinking too much cherry limeade with vodka. Mr. Purta, that's not a healthy breakfast if you want to keep living. Fuck you, doctor. You go back in there until you find a different solution to this problem. It's also the battle of 2 former Heisman Trophy winners that are trending in opposite directions. Baker Mayfield exceeding expectations despite the loss last week, and Jameis Winston is in need of some rebranding. I would suggest changing his name to Seamus Winston. Everybody loves a good Irish quarterback, as evidenced by Ryan Fitzpatrick's longevity. Who am I kidding? Tampa, just play Fitzmagic. At the very least, it'll be entertaining every week. Jameis, I'm sorry, but you have to walk the plank. There aren't sharks circling in the water, but it's Tampa, so there's probably a few STDs and syringes. I'm taking the Browns on the road. Detroit Lions at Miami Dolphins. The Miami Osweilers are 3-point dogs at home with an over-under of 46.5. Never, and I mean never, count out the Brocktober. For one Hall of Fame level game per season. Unfortunately, that happened last week, so we're due for an absolute faceplant against the Lions. That's right, the Brockett ship is crash landing. Paper covers Brock. The Lions do smell what the Brock is cooking. It's gonna be a Brocky mountain low. The hunt for Red Brocktober is over. Brocco's modern life is off the air. The Brocking chair collapses. No more Brocking in the free world. A Brockwork orange is turning silver and blue. Not even La Nina can help Miami Brock you like a hurricane anymore. You get the fucking idea. I think the Lions are going to upset the Dolphins on the road, and it's my Brock of the week. Unless, of course, this is still considered brocking the quarterback. That doesn't work. It's just roughing the quarterback. Carolina Panthers versus Philadelphia Eagles. Philly, 4.5-point favorites with an over-under of 45.5. Panthers head coach Ron Rivera and offensive coordinator Norv Turner believe running back Christian McCaffrey is a lot like Darren Sproles. They went on to say Cam Newton is a lot like Carson Wentz, and Greg Olsen is a lot like Zach Ertz, and that if they had the chance, they'd much rather just be coaching the Eagles. To me, these two teams are similar in that I really don't know if either one is actually good in 2018. Even though Cam Newton and I are both very hip models, I'm taking the Eagles. I think they may be just turning the corner and on the rise. Buffalo Bills versus Indianapolis Colts. The Colts are 7.5-point favorites with an over-under of 43.5. Derek Anderson will start instead of Nathan Peterman due to the Josh Allen elbow injury. That's disappointing because I really thought this was the week that Nathan Peterman turned over a new leaf and stopped throwing interceptions. He's had 79 career pass attempts and has thrown 9 interceptions. For all of those nerds out there, that's a .113 interception rate, which may not be great for a GPA or a batting average, but 9/79 is a dangerously low blood pressure, which just proves that Peterman has a slow heartbeat when the game is on the line. But I guess I'll take Andrew Luck over Derek Anderson, a choice I never, ever wanted to make. Minnesota Vikings versus New York Jets. The Skulls are 3.5-point favorites with an over-under of 46.5. Kirk Cousins versus Sam Darnold. One quarterback who looks like a Ken doll and another who looks like a Lego head. And that is not an insult. It just means Kirk Cousins has been totally smooth this year, and Sam Darnold has been rebuilding the Jets brick by brick. The Jets and Vikings have both won 2 straight, thanks in large part to Adam Thielen's complete refusal to have less than 100 yards in every game. He's basically the same as Julio Jones, except he actually scores. Adam Thielen is like Hank Moody from Californication, actually scoring all the time. Julio Jones is like Joey from Friends, always talking about scoring, even though we never really see it. Other than that, there are no differences between Adam Thielen and Julio Jones. They both play for teams that have never won a Super Bowl. They both play indoors with quarterbacks who will finish their careers with great stats. And that's why I'm taking the Vikings to beat the Falcons. Wait, shit. This is the Vikings Jets. Sorry, I got lost like Julio Jones on his way to the end zone. But Jets fans, you should be very proud. You're only 3.5-point dogs. Houston Texans versus Jacksonville Jaguars. Jags, 5-point favorites with a 41.5 over-under. Is it time to start believing in the Texans, who are on a 3-game win streak, and stop believing in the Jaguars, who have lost 3 of the last 4? New Orleans Saints at Baltimore Ravens. Ravens, 3-point favorites with an over-under of 50. This is the game of the week, in my arrogant opinion. The Saints are coming off a week of rest after Drew Brees basically did nothing the last time he was on the field. The Ravens are finally starting to look like the best team in the AFC North, as I predicted. New Orleans is still a team that I have major concerns about with their defense. They lead the league, though, in fewest rush yards allowed per game with just 71. A misleading stat because any team that plays against Brees is forced into a shootout like a sickly Doc Holliday played by Val Kilmer in Tombstone. Joe Flacco won't be your fucking Huckleberry, and Drew Brees is outside playing against the best pass defense in the NFL. His 2 kryptonites. In fact, this is the best offense in the NFL against the best defense in the NFL right now. If Super Bowl 48 told me anything, it's that defense wins those games. But the rules of 2018 tell me that the offense wins those games. So since it is still 2018, I'll take Drew Brees and the Saints. Dallas Cowboys versus Washington Redskin Potatoes. The Skins are 2-point favorites with an over-under of 41.5. Maybe it's just because they're the Cowboys, and we've been told by the media that the story is all about Dak and Zeke. Maybe it's because all Jerry Jones ever talks about is offense. But the reason Dallas will be competitive all season is their defense. The only team giving up less points per game than the Hot Boys is the Ravens. Washington is 8th. Jacksonville is now 9th after what Dallas did to them last week. Both of these teams seem to only be able to win, though, every other week. And they're both scheduled to lose this week. So I'm taking Dallas in that defense to tie Alex Smith with a group of offensive weapons that not even the Cardinals wanted. Los Angeles Rams versus San Francisco 49ers. The Rams are 9-point favorites with the 52 over-under. The prophecy was written thousands of years ago by monks in a cave outside of Tibet that only one man could defeat the Los Angeles Rams in 2018. The prophecy foretold that an Iowa quarterback with rhythm, ball skills, and one unusually strong forearm could hand the golden child from California his first loss of the year. That's right. The Buddhist Muslim who wrote the Quran's Bible stated, CJ Beathard is the only man capable of beating Goff in 2018. And oh man, is he going to be beating Goff hard on Sunday. So hard, he might get a cramp and have to switch hands like Patrick Mahomes alone, so I'll beat Goff as well in November. Regardless, if he comes out quickly or comes from behind, CJ Beathard and the 49ers are going to come out on top. Cincinnati Bengals versus Kansas City Chiefs. The Chiefs are 6.5-point favorites with a 58.5 over-under. From prophecies to justice. Justice could finally be served if Vontaze Burfict targets Tyreek Hill with his patent, career-defining cheap shot, as he executed perfectly last week on Antonio Brown. Burfict could knock Tyreek Hill out, and by doing so get banned from the NFL for life. Just like the Patriots fan who threw the beer on Hill. A win-win situation. Forgiveness, second chance, not living in the past, reformed. 4 of the most common middle names Chiefs fans have given their beloved Tyreek Hill. Tyreek Hill trying to criminally prosecute a fan for throwing a beer in his face is like Jay Cutler divorcing his wife because she seems too apathetic. It's like Adrian Peterson filing a restraining order against a class of kindergartners for bullying him. It's like Lawrence Taylor pressing charges against cocaine for being too fucking delicious. All that said, I'm taking the Chiefs because of Andy Reid. New York Giants versus Hot Atlanta Falcons on Monday Night Football. ATL, 5.5-point favorites with the 54.5 over-under. Talk about a classic primetime game schedule makers are wishing they could have back. Eli Manning is a walking corpse out there, which usually in the family tradition means winning a Super Bowl. But I don't think that's happening this year for the Giants. And the Falcons keep getting injured. Devonta Freeman is on IR, but Tevin Coleman and Ito Smith are just as good as one Saquon Barkley. If the Giants don't at least keep up in a close shootout with the Falcons, they really do suck. Because the Falcons' defense, giving up the second most points per game, the second most yards per game, is bad. But I'm still taking Atlanta to win. Go Falcons. Who calls them the Falcons? Me does. Thanks for watching another episode of That's Good Sports. Please subscribe here on YouTube. I'm on Twitter and Instagram at Brandon Perna. Follow me there if you want stuff. And Will Keys and I do a weekly podcast. It's on iTunes, Podbean, That's Good Sports Podcast. Sub to the second channel, That's Good Podcasts, if you want to watch it.